What's up, guys? MOTOBLADE here. Today we are going to talk about the real cost of owning a motorcycle. So this is a video that has been requested by some of you subscribers out there, and I've gotten messages asking me to do a video about what the real cost of owning a motorcycle is. Kind of a guide for new motorcycle owners or people looking to upgrade their motorcycles, and what the real cost is after you bought the bike. What it costs to maintain, to own, to ride, and is this worth it, basically. So let's kind of talk first about the monthly recurring expenses. If you have a car or a motorcycle, you already have this expense, and you know, and you should know what this is. But you're going to have an insurance payment every month. That's easy. That's basic number one. For me, this is not even a year-old bike. I go with Dairyland Auto Insurance. They're out of Wisconsin, of course. Dairyland. I mean, they are really, really good. They have better discounts and better deals than Geico or Ameriprise or any other insurance company I found. I searched for over a month to find the best insurance company that gave me the best coverage for the least amount, and Dairyland Auto was what I went with, and they are fantastic. My monthly payment on this is $55 and some odd change a month for insurance. Now, to contrast that, my Vulcan S, if you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know my first motorcycle was the Kawasaki Vulcan S. My insurance payment on that, also a used bike. It had been, I think, held for a year or two before I got it. My insurance payment on that was $30 a month. And that was for the best possible coverage possible. And same with this Chief Dark Horse. I have the best coverage possible for $55 a month. What's up, dude? So there's your first recurring monthly expense. Second expense would be fuel, and of course you need that no matter what, and you guys might think, well, that's kind of a no-brainer. But for those of you who might not be into motorcycles, you might not realize that most motorcycles, not all, but most, take high-octane fuel. So when you go to the pump and put 87 in your car and you get that cheapo gas, that's fine for your car. And that was actually fine for my Kawasaki Vulcan S. That's what I was supposed to put in my Kawasaki Vulcan S, was 87. But with the Chief Dark Horse, and with most Harleys and most modern big cruiser bikes and even sport bikes, you're supposed to put in 93 octane. So that is going to cost you a little bit more. Now that offsets itself with the fact that you are usually getting well over 40 miles a gallon with a motorcycle. I get 50 with the Chief, and I used to get 62 roughly with the Kawasaki Vulcan S. So fuel, insurance, that's kind of it for your basic monthly expenses. Bike payment, you know, if you guys bought the bike, you're going to know what that payment is, or if you bought it outright, you don't have one. We're not really going to touch on that in this video. Let's just talk about what it costs after you bought the bike, what the maintenance and the monthly stuff is. So maintenance, well, oil changes. You can't just pull up to Jiffy Lube. You either need to know how to do it yourself and do it well, or take it to your authorized dealership to have service and oil changes and stuff like that done. I got lucky on this motorcycle and my Vulcan S because most motorcycles require a break-in servicing period. So when you get a brand new bike, you're going to need to ride it for so many 100 or 1,000 miles, whatever the manufacturer tells you, and at that point you take it back to the dealership and they do what's called a break-in servicing. The engine has to be broken in for so many thousand miles, and then they tighten everything up and make sure it's all good. That servicing can be a little pricey, several $100s. I've heard some individuals tell me that certain brands charge over $500 for a break-in servicing for a motorcycle. So it all depends on what you get. Generally, the less expensive the bike, the less expensive the service and the break-in servicing and stuff will be. That's kind of a general rule of thumb. That being said, this Indian was a great deal when I bought it. However, Indian is a pricey brand. I'd say they're... If I had to pick a luxury motorcycle, if there is such a thing, I would say it has to be Indian. They really do a very nice job designing and building beautiful bikes. And that price is reflected at times. So, yeah, the more expensive the bike, the more expensive the servicing will be. That's kind of a general rule, I'd say, but not always. I'd say for the most part, yeah, that's going to be the case. As far as accessories go, you know, Honda, I think, might be your cheapest brand for getting accessories and adding additional things to your motorcycle. For me, if I want to do all these upgrades to my bike, which if you guys haven't seen my video where I detail all the things I'm doing and updating on the bike, go check that out. I'll throw a card up on the screen and a link down in the description to that video. But that's going to be pricey. I mean, just a passenger seat and passenger pegs for this is going to run me about $600. And getting the hard saddlebags on here, along with the new Stage 1 exhaust, that's going to be several thousand. So, updating certain motorcycles is going to be pricier than others. One of the things you may want to consider when looking for a bike is go online and look at the accessories and things that you may want to upgrade over time, and kind of look at how much that's going to cost, because that can be a big factor in getting the bike you want outright out the door and get it all packaged together, or buying something and then slowly adding parts over time. Is that going to cost you more depending on the brand or what you want? Another expense I'd say you guys are going to have with motorcycles is gear. If you don't already have motorcycle gear, you need to invest in it, and the first thing you need to do before you even buy the bike is get the best helmet that you can get. Best helmet, safest helmet you can afford. Not the one with the fanciest graphics and all that crap. Get the best safety helmet you can, and get some good gear. Get good riding gloves. Make sure you guys got some long pants, a riding jacket, which I do have a riding jacket. As you can see, I am not wearing it right now because it is so stinking hot. It's like over 95 degrees out here right now, and even in my riding jacket, which is made for the heat to help me stay cool, it's still not enough. So I'm making the choice to go without a jacket. I know that's not the best thing, but it's hot, and so I'm taking my chances there. But I am wearing a good helmet, good gloves, good riding jeans, and good riding shoes. These are Street and Steel shoes, Street and Steel helmet, Icon gloves. Also, these gloves are fantastic, so if you guys haven't seen my video on the review of these, I'll throw a card to that on the screen as well. But gear, good safe gear is an expense, and as it wears out, it'll need to be replaced over time, or as the seasons change. If you start riding in the summertime and you live in a place where it's not warm all year round, you're going to need to upgrade and get some cooler riding gear for the cooler months, and, you know, do what you need to maintain proper protection and comfort while riding. So that's another expense you have to factor in. Your biggest expense, I would say, out of everything with the bike is going to be time. Time is an expense. Time is something you can spend. You have a certain amount of time and you choose what to do with it, and a motorcycle is an addiction like none other. So you will want to spend time every month on your motorcycle. And sometimes I have let time get away from me riding my bike, and I don't regret it, but it is something to be aware of. So keep in mind, time is something you will spend a lot of with your motorcycle. So that's going to do it for my monthly expenses for a motorcycle. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. Tell me what you think, and what you might have as your biggest expense every month for a motorcycle. What it costs to maintain yours all the time. hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you guys like the video and you like what I'm doing. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's big, it's red, it says subscribe. It's down there somewhere on the screen. That is a huge help. And then click that little bell icon right next to it, and that'll notify you guys when there are new videos ready for you to watch. Until next time, everybody, be careful out there. Ride safe, ride on, and I will catch you all later. Deuces.